What's going on, everyone? In this video, I want to cover a very simple opening drive play this morning that actually paid off very, very well. And I know a lot of traders in my room actually took this one trade and then just kind of locked it up on the day. Now, I want to make something very, very clear. A lot of times, us as traders, we get so anxious off the open where we want to immediately go long. We want to immediately go short, depending on if the candle opens up higher or lower. But a lot of times you're stuck in a range that is not really permitting you to kind of take that trade because there's no real way to manage your risk. And when I say manage your risk, even if you have a stop loss of, let's say, 10 points, 15 points, or even 20 points on the Nasdaq 100, and you're trading something like one or two mini contracts, it becomes very, very difficult to manage that trade in a way where if it backpedals on you for just even a minute or two, you not get stopped out and still go in your favor. Now, today was a prime example of a opening drive setup that actually worked out and completely screamed to the upside. So if you kind of notice what was going on in the pre-market, and I'm going to extend this here. If you look at the pre-market highs, okay, let me get my drawing tool. If you notice Friday's highs here, right? You see them right here. And you notice the pre-market highs here, okay, prior to New York Open, okay, which is regular session. So prior to us opening up this morning, we started to make a little bit of a push higher. We came right into this Friday / Sunday kind of open, close open, right? And then you've seen essentially all last night we did nothing. Okay, so not a whole lot of action short, not a whole lot of action long. That's good because when you're coming into a prior area of supply, you've got a clear zone, a clear channel, a clear range that if we take it out, there's a great potential that you're going to continue higher. And if you look at this candle, right, and I'll get the exact time for you. If you look at the candle at 7 a.m., okay, and then you start to notice the candle at 8 a.m. These are hour candles that I'm looking at. 2 hours before we opened up today's session, we started to push higher. And we actually started to push above a lot of this consolidation. And you can see here the 9 a.m. hour, which is when New York Open happens at 9:30. I'm going to actually zoom down into this 5-minute time frame so we can get a little bit of a better look, okay? So if you kind of see the previous 30 minutes before the New York Open, we actually put in one little bit more high here. And here's your opening drive play, okay? So let's zoom in just a tad more. Here's your opening drive play. So in this particular scenario, how I would manage this and how I would approach this is I would tell myself, where's my bottom floor support? Well, somewhere down here next to the linear regression, maybe the 200. And I'm gonna go back to my drawing tool. That's going to be here. I've also got a stacked moving average, the 100 moving average, the 50 moving average, the 50 EMA, the 20 SMA, the 10 SMA, and the 5 SMA. And if you noticed, all of these moving averages are very fanned out, okay? They're creating clear levels of support. So price action to me is bullish. Anytime we are above demand, we are bullish. And you can see this opening drive play that starts here, literally off the open, explodes about 90 points. And let me get the exact number of points. It actually went up 95 points, okay? And what could be a good area that you could maybe target just based on this chart alone? The next area of supply. And that could have been one of two places. You had a rising Bollinger Band that was sitting maybe around 21,060, 21,070, which was going to give you about 20, 30, 40 points. And then you had this clear cut area of resistance here, which was the linear regression. Now, once we got up to the linear regression, we definitely paused there. We kind of trickled around and we made it a new high. And then we kind of just continued to drift higher all day. But this trade right here, I call it the opening drive play, as long as you have a clear area where you can see on a higher time frame that if you do break, right, if you do break supply, we had nothing above us until we got up to around 21,300. So today was a long-sided day. Now, don't get me wrong. There was an area of opportunity to short here on the 10 o'clock hour. We had a little bit of reversal, a pullback into rising support on a small time frame. But other than that, it was essentially just kind of wait for those dips to happen and then buy the long. If you guys are interested in trading more opening drive plays and maybe you need some help setting up your charts in the morning, definitely join Evolution Traders. The Discord link is down in the description box below. We can go over that in more detail. Also, guys, Apex 90% off sales. Use the link down in the description box below. You can use code SAVE now. Just make sure you hook me up with that link in the description box below, and you can get those accounts for 90% off. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see all of you guys on the next video.